Hey YouTube, Mr. Dodo8449 here. Yeah, it's been a little while, but I've got another update going. I've actually been waiting for some stuff to come through the post so I can carry on with the layout, but yeah, I've got to a stage now I can do a little update. So we'll start off on this end of the layout, and hopefully, as you can see, I've now started my ballasting. I've gone up to here, and I've done this track up to the end of the first baseboard. But as you can see, I think it's come out quite nicely in there now. I'm using Gauge Master's medium 00 gauge ballast. And if you remember a little while ago, I said I wanted a mixture of mainly grey with a little bit of light, a little bit of dark, and a few black bits. And I stumbled across this in one of my local model shops, and it was absolutely perfect for the colours I wanted, which was amazing. I didn't have to mix anything. So yeah, that's the ballast I'm using. It's from Gauge Master. It was about £3.50 for a 500 kilogram bag, which I thought was quite good. Yeah, I thought that was quite good value, especially as that one bag will do the whole of the current layout, and I'll have quite a lot left over. So I'm doing a tutorial on how I now do my ballasting, and also one on how to ballast points. As you see, I've done that one point there. It worked really well the way I did it, and as you can see, if I use the control, it works absolutely fine still. So yeah, that doesn't hinder it at all. Locos run over it fine, wagons run over it fine, everything like that. So yeah, at some point I'll be doing a tutorial for that. I'll show you more of the ballasting as we move along. But the other thing I've done is the grass in the middle. You might notice a different colour. It looks very different now. That's because I used some 12mm knock or notch grass, medium or summer green or medium green, and it's come out quite nicely. It looks really good in this middle bit here. You know, the colours in there, they've got long bits of grass, short bits. I might be adding some of the shorter 6mm grass in there as well, but I'll have to see how it goes. Now, as what I did is I actually put ballast while it was still gluing, while the glue was still drying. For the static grass, I actually just sprinkled a little bit of ballast all over it, so it looks like there's ballast underneath and the grass has grown through it. And I will adjust the camera in a second, you can have a good look at that, and you'll see what I mean. Now, the one on the middle side, it's come out okay, but there's an edge running all the way along that I think I'm probably going to cover in ballast. Yeah. So in this angle shows it quite a bit more. You can see how rough it looks in that area there. I think it looks really good actually. Yeah, might be adding static grass. But this is one here I was talking about. You can just see there's a very light green edge running all the way around on that side and that side. In the camera it doesn't look too bad, but in real life the grass sort of stops, just dies, and then it hits this very little. So I might be placing ballast right up to this static grass in the middle, which is quite long. And once again, I think that will improve it and make it look a lot better. But you can also see how the static grass works. How the ballast looks. How I've gone over the points and everything, which is quite nice. So I'll just give you one more shot of the grass from a different angle, and you can get a good look. Now, as I mentioned, I did a little bit more ballasting. Underneath the shed, there we go. You can see I ballasted all the way along this line, just up to there, as you can see, which has come out quite nicely actually. A little bit more work to do on this buffer end, because I want a bit of static grass over the top. I'm doing that separately. I've done a little bit of static grass here, which has come out quite nice. That light doesn't actually help. There we go. Which has come out quite nice just on the end of the track and stuff, and it makes it look like this is slightly less disused, especially as it's at the end of the layout, end of the siding. It would be a bit more disused, and I think that looks quite good like that. So, as I was saying, this bit here, I want to add a little bit of static grass to this one here. And I want it to be quite thick static grass actually under the buffer, and then as it moves down the track this way, the static grass gets thinner and thinner. The reason for that is I want this to be a bit more of a disused sort of siding, as the only reason for this siding here is so that the locos can drive into it and then drive straight into the engine shed I've got. So a bit more disused this line. This one is going to be, in fact I'm not going to put any grass or anything on this. It's going to be quite a commonly used line, this, so it's going to be quite clean ballast. Now there's nice dips. The camera doesn't quite pick them up from that angle, Maybe if I change the angle of the light, there you go, you can just about see the dip now there, running all the way along that shadow. So it actually drops down off the top of the rails, and as I was using 3mm thick foam, it created that nice height that I wanted, that nice sort of mound of ballast that track sits on. I've now couldn't find any more of this 3mm thick foam, so I went to my model shop and I picked up a roll of cork. This is 1/16 thick of an inch thick, which is about 2.5mm or something like that. And I think that's close enough to the foam that when I run locos from one to the other, you won't notice it at all. There's also a little bit of adjustment and stuff I can make in the track and so on to make it really smooth. So that's what I'm sort of planning to do. I'll give you a couple shots of this because one angle will make it look really obvious. It looks really nice just in that drop down. A little bit of static grass along the middle there will look quite good. A few bushes and stuff as well. So the final thing of scenery that I've done is I've added my dummy point motors. You can see two of them there. They're currently in their grey state. I'm going to paint it black metal, and the other half is going to be wood. So it's going to be black and brown. Sorry. A little bit of weathering on them, which will look quite good. And then I might be running pipes between them. And then running the pipes back to the signal box, but I will have to see how that goes. Just see if I can find some either metal rods or I don't know, wire, something like that. That looks quite good. We'll see how it goes. But I've done those 2 points there. I've done the middle point here. I've also done the one there and one more next to the loco. But yeah, they're really easy to do. I've actually just used Airfix glue. As it's plastic, I then stuck it to the plastic sleepers on all the rail. A little bit of pressure, hold it there for a few seconds, well, about a minute or so, and once the glue sort of started to dry, you can leave it. And yeah, they dry on quite nice. I think they look quite good. A little bit more detailing, and yeah, I think that will finish them off quite nicely. Now, I haven't done them on the other end, so I can't show you what they look like with ballast around them, but I'm trying two different things. These ones here are obviously stuck down already, as you can see, the ones I showed you. At the other end, I put the ballast down first. I'm then going to stick one of these on top of the ballast and on top of the track, and I'm going to see how it looks. And once I've done that in the next update video, I'll be able to tell you if it's better to put dummy point motors on before or after ballasting. But in my opinion, I think it's better to do it afterwards, but I'll know quite a bit more once I've put the other dummy point motor on. So then, the final thing I've been doing, to be honest, I haven't been doing much on the scenery and stuff. The ballasting has been taking a little time. I want to get it all right and everything. But the other thing I've been doing is the little shunter I've got has come back out of the works. I've given it a little bit of a weathering coat and a matte spray, just to add a little bit more detail to it, as well as I've obviously given the motors and all that a good clean out and so on. So yeah, that one's now back, and you'll see it on the layout a bit more. The GWR loco that you've seen, the one which has been reliably running, I've decided to try and quieten down the motor. Yeah, that's about everything I wanted to say for this update. I know my updates seem to be slowing down a bit. The reason for that is I'm doing some quite time-consuming jobs now, so they will slow down. But hopefully in the next update, I'll have all the ballasting done, all of the static glass that I want to be currently done as well, and a bit more detail and stuff. So that will hopefully be up in a week or so's time, but we'll have to see how that goes. So thanks for watching. If you have any comments, then leave them at the bottom. As always, please hit that like and subscribe button, and hopefully I'll catch you again soon.